Not all dried fruit is created equal. So watch this video and we'll break down dried fruit and talk about the good, better, and best options. So first, let's explain a little bit about what our good, better, best series is.
Yeah, so a good, better, best is something that we've been doing now for a while, and it seems to really be liked by you guys. So we, as dietitians, believe that all foods can fit into a balanced diet. However, some foods we're meant to have more frequently, some a little bit less frequently. So we wanted to help you guys be able to see how dried fruits can fit into that. So our good category is going to be foods that, of course, you can have, but it might not be foods that you want to have all the time, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, for this, I would say a few times a week, maybe, if that. Kind of depending, too, on the food that we're talking about specifically. The better option is going to be a little bit more nutrition than the good option. However, it's still not going to be quite the best option because there's still going to be some things that are a little bit better for you in our best option. But better is going to give you a little bit more nutrition than the good option. And then when you move to our final category, the best, which we'll break that down for you too, the best option is going to be when you're getting the most nutritional quality, you're probably getting lower in calories. So it's just going to be an overall better, well-rounded product for you. So think about that as we are breaking down dried fruits for you.
All right, so a good option for dried fruit would be a chocolate covered dried fruit, kind of like a chocolate covered raisin.
Oh, yeah, because who doesn't crave chocolate here and there? I know I love chocolate covered raisins. There's chocolate covered craisins.
Yep.
I mean, there's all kinds. Oh, my goodness, Kitty. All kinds of chocolate covered fruits out there. So that's a good option, but.
Yes. But then we do have that chocolate coating, and then we're also going to have quite a bit of added sugar.
Yeah, so that would certainly be something that we want to make sure that we're watching the portions on, trying to choose those that are going to have maybe lower added sugar if you were to just compare different products.
Yes.
But one that we don't want to have as frequently.
Yes.
And then the next would be the better option.
Yes, so a better option would be like a sweetened dried fruit, which is probably one of the more common dried fruit products you'd see.
I would say so. And just kind of an example of that would be something like maybe sweetened craisins or, tons of different ones. I know I really like dried mango, and I personally find that it's hard sometimes to find dried mango that doesn't have the added sugar.
Right.
So if it tastes like candy, it probably is pretty similar to candy as far as the amount of added sugar that the dried fruit might have in it. So certainly something to think about. Another big one that comes to mind is dried pineapple.
Yes.
It's so good. I mean, it tastes phenomenal, but it has quite a bit of added sugar, and that's why it would fit into the better category. And again, you want to be very conscientious of the portion sizes. If you're, paying attention to your weight or maybe sugar, like if you have prediabetes or diabetes, or many other things, as to why we just want to be a little more cautious there.
Right. And then in our best category, that would be a dried fruit with no added sugar.
Absolutely. So this would be, tons of different ones out there, but they can be a little bit harder. You have to do a little bit more detective work to find this. So what we would recommend for this is, as we've talked about in other videos, make sure that you're turning the product around, looking at the ingredients list, seeing that that only ingredient is dried, whatever type of fruit it is, and then also taking a look at the nutrition facts label and making sure that when you see the added sugars, that it says 0. That is going to make it the best option. But again, you still got to be cautious of the portion sizes.
Right.
Dried fruit can be kind of hard as far as portion sizes because the way that they dry it is they just suck all the water out. So if you were to have, say, I don't know, an apricot, that's one of my favorite dried fruits. If you were to have an apricot, chances are you might eat one or two, right? They're pretty plump. They're smaller size. But if you were to have a dried apricot, I think the serving's closer to like 5 or 6. So that's quite a bit. And that's the serving size. So if you were to, have a few handfuls of that, that could be quite a few hundred calories pretty quickly. You're also going to be getting fiber, but you're going to get some natural sugars too. So we do have to pay attention to that for that specific reason. Yeah, and if you enjoyed this video, like it. Let us know that you enjoyed it. share it. If you have friends that enjoy dried fruits, or if you know anybody that might question it or just looking to buy some different things at the grocery store. And then also, speaking of the grocery store, save this video so you're able to circle back to it next time that you go to the grocery store and you know exactly what product is going to be best for your health. And as always, subscribe to our channel because you don't want to miss any of the videos that we're putting out there. We put out a new one every single Saturday for our long videos, and our shorts we do every day. So we certainly would love for you to continue to follow along. We do have a website, www.sproutingappetites.com, and this is where you can find our handouts. We have lots of handouts, some including our Good, Better, Best, and then we also have blogs, tons of other things on there. So highly recommend that you checking that out.